Let's get drunk at the director's garage.
So good. That's one of my favorite ones. I love that one. I love that one. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Director's Garage Live Hump Day Happy Hour Hangout here from beautiful, steamy, sweaty Southern California. Oh, my goodness. What a day it's been. I didn't even know we were going to do a stream today, to be honest with you. LCD-4. OGs, man. OGs. Let's hear it for the OGs. These things are awesome. What a great headphone. God, it's awesome. Yeah, I had no idea if I was even going to be able to squeeze in a live stream today because I was in Huntington Beach all day, which is why I've got this beautiful tan. I've got this lovely glow. It's all courtesy of the sun and Huntington Beach. I was down there doing an interview with a movie star and doing a beach cleanup thing. There's a surfing thing going on down there, and like we just kind of tagged in there and did some interviews and stuff. So I was down there, and I'm like, that's literally a 2-hour drive. I know it's like 20 miles, but it's 2 hours because you can't get there. So yeah, I got to turn some stuff down. We're going to be getting binged all over the place. So I was down there and like shooting, and there's just no way. I just couldn't. I had no idea when I was going to make it back, if I was going to make it back in time. And then I did. And so I was like, let's just throw up a live stream. We'll do an hour and see what happens. I have nothing prepared today. I do have a couple of things that we can talk about, though. First of all, a new episode tomorrow we have a new episode coming out. Look for that. Most expensive item I've ever reviewed on this show. Well, it's not even the review. This is just the unboxing and a first listen. But most expensive item, Patreon viewers already know what it is. I sent a preview clip out two days ago. So they're in the know. It's another reason you should go to Patreon. $3, folks. $3 gets you into our Patreon live stream. It gets you all of the past live streams we've done. These are the Hangover Hangouts. They're a private group. We do it over Zoom. Everybody's got cameras. We can share photos and ideas and see each other and interact, and it's just the best time. We've had great guests, from Ray Samuels to Zach from ZMF and Ryan from Mod House. Aurora's audio guys. We've had Noble guys. Noble, that's our one news item, or one of our two news items for today. Noble just released the Apollo, which, well, at least you can pre-order. It's available for pre-order. Let me see if I can get it up on the old laptop of death. I call it the laptop of death because the thing's had like 20 lives. It's been bent and cursed and crushed and God knows what. But let's go to it right now. This is the Noble Audio FoKus, which means it's an ANC kind of deal. Or I don't know if there's active noise canceling in it or not. But yeah, I think there is though. But this is their first over-ear headphone ever. And they're kind of taking a swipe at that Apple headphone market and the Focal. I have not heard these, but I've heard good things about these, and good feedback from people who have heard them. So this is pretty exciting stuff from Noble. They're going to be premium. Cost is $649, so it's very much in the lane of what of that FoKus. I'm sorry, the Focal Batiste is what they're going after, and probably I think there's a Bang & Olufsen and a Bowers & Wilkins. They all have these noise canceling wireless Bose, in that lane. I'm very curious about this. 2 drivers in this thing per cup. 2 drivers per cup. So, and it's Bluetooth 5.3. I have high hopes for this one. This is one I really want to. If I wasn't facing the financial burdens, this is one I would have already pre-ordered, I think. I just can't be spending money on headphones when there's so much turbulence going on in the rest of the world in my life. but pretty attractive looking headphone if you're into that wireless over ears thing. Very curious to see what Noble can do in an over ear. This is the other one that came out today. This is, I think it may have come out yesterday. This is the Empire Ears Triton. It's got a little Triton on it, little three-prongy right there. Pretty cool. Still sticking with the foil. I wish they would kind of move away from this personally, but just because it's like it's been around for too long now. We got to go. I want to see some different materials. I want to see some different designs. But these are two. This is the name of the game here is bone conduction. That's what this Empire Ears is about. Of course, it's got that W9 driver, which is that thump and bass module. This guy, phenomenal. It's also got a bone driver in each ear, and then a couple of bounce armatures. Here you go. Here's the lineup. W9 and subwoofer, EMP75 balanced armature, dual high mass bone conduction drivers. And you know, I just like to say bone driver. So count me in on that. I'd love to hear this. I hope Empire Ears. We've been playing email tag for a while with Empire Ears, and they're very excited about doing something with me or getting me some product. It's just been like, we're busy, we've got can jams, we've got blah blah blah, and it's like, I get it, and I'm busy. I've got loads of backlog material here to get through still. I've got an Audio 46 box that's been sitting waiting for me to unbox for quite some time, and so I've just got a backlog of boxes, and I've got the new thing that's coming out tomorrow. So make sure tomorrow is going to be a huge day around here. So make sure you check out the new video tomorrow. And again, if you're on Patreon, you already know. So I don't know, it's $3, guys. I'm not getting rich here. So that's kind of what's happening here. Not much else. Oh, I didn't get any viewer systems in this week. If you guys have your viewer systems, you can send it to me at. Let's see if I've got this. Let me check and make sure I've got it up. Yes, I do. Directorsgarage, gmail.com. That's the thing. If you do that, you can get in. Put your comments and questions in if you have any thoughts about any of these new products, Empire Ears. I've had good experiences with Empire Ears. Really love the Odin. And I'm very curious to hear what what this new Triton is all about. It's exciting. Those are manufacturers that I like to pay attention to. And there's somebody else who came out with something too. I'm going to see if I can find it. But it was another IEM. Oh, Campfire. Campfire released something called an Astrolith. I know nothing about this one, though. Nothing about this one. There's the Astrolith. Typical Empire Ears design. There was nothing out of the box here. It's just another polished metal housing. $21.99. A little on the pricey side. But I'm trying to see what the drivers are. Looks like it's got a lot of bass. All about that bass. Boom, boom. 14. Oh, this is a planar. 14.2, same size planar as the 7 Hertz Timeless AE. Very good. So all new for a low sub, and then it's also got a 6mm planar for the high frequency. So this is a dual driver planar magnetic. Well, that's cool. I don't think I've seen a dual planar magnetic yet. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I don't recall anybody doing a dual planar magnetic, especially in an IEM. That's really impressive. Nice going, Campfire. All right, I threw a shot across your bow without looking deeper. Very good. So some good new products this week. It looks like, you know, more on the portable side, made for those of you on the go. And so that's what's going on. Nobody's putting in stuff in the chat. Boys, fill up the chat. Ryan Dietz in the house. Ryan's going to factor in tomorrow's episode. Little shout out to Ryan early. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up on the show. This Audio 46 box has been burning a hole in my floor. It's been sitting there for a week. I just haven't been able to get to it. But I only have a couple more edits to do on the episode for tomorrow, and I'll post that, and it'll be out to you guys tomorrow morning. And I'm really excited about it. I think you guys are going to be blown away. I think you're going to all be blown away. Very, very cool stuff. Music this week, I haven't had much time. Well, I started doing the review on the product that we're opening tomorrow, because I got to turn this around and get it out the door to the next person. But I was listening to more like standards, which is, you kind of have to do when you're doing reviews. You can't go with like crazy material that you haven't heard before, because when you're reviewing something, you got to review it to stuff you know, so you can hear what is happening to the music. And it plays important in this in the episode tomorrow. And then the review I've already got mostly written for that. That'll be 2 episodes away. Next episode after this one is going to be the Audio 46 episode. I feel horrible that I haven't gotten to that. So the guys over there, Rodrigo and Tony and all those great guys over there at Audio 46, they're going to get have an episode coming up. It's a blind what's in the box. No idea what they sent me. I just know that it's probably not the Susvara Unveiled, because it came too early. I've been sitting on this one for a month, and the Susvara Unveiled just was released a few weeks ago. So I don't think it's that. I think it's something else. Curious nonetheless what those boys put in a box and sent over this way. Let's go to the chat. It could be a short episode today. Nobody's writing anything, and I've got nothing to talk about. Live. I haven't spilled anything today. That's a good sign. Pythagoras says, "Hi, Michael. Nice to see you. Greetings from Germany. Fabulous. Great. We're international. You guys could make it to Paris at all? See any of that? You're not that far. You guys could go over to Paris and see some of them Olympics. That could be fun." Tommy V says, "Good afternoon, Ryan Dietz. Coffee cups are brewing. He's got the coffee cups out. He's probably working, assembling some Mod House tungstens right now. God, that's a good headphone. JTB, my brother from another mother. Hello. JTB, what's going on in your world right now? You're supposed to send me some photos. You never did. What's going on? What are you guys listening to? What is there new music in your world that's got you excited and tuned in? I just don't have a lot to say. Just not much happening today, guys. I'm sorry. Ryan's driving to UPS. Hey, Ryan, is there anybody in our audience that's going to get a delivery this week? JTV's eating popcorn. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. It's like just sitting there. It's the best. Yeah, I've been working Ace of Spades here. Howdy, Ace of Spades. Yeah, I've been spending the nights editing, getting this next episode prepped, which will be out tomorrow, and then listening to tomorrow's big unveil, because I'm trying to get the review written. And then, even if I don't shoot it, as long as I have the script together, I can send, and I've shot the B-roll of it, I can send the product back out on its way, so that I'm not sitting here holding on it, because a lot of other people are in line to get some time with this thing. Very exciting stuff, though. Very exciting stuff. I can't wait for you guys to see that one. What else have I got? I'll be talking barbecue today because I got nothing else. By the way, Trader Joe's barbecue. Get the Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, boys, and put it on chicken. It's a mustard-based barbecue sauce. It's very good. It's sweet mustard. It's very good. Been cooking with that. Nothing too new on the job front. I did have an interview this week. Another reason I haven't been able to research and do much on this show. No pressure. Just got to find an interview to save the house. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. But yeah, that went really well. So I have possibilities there. Some real possibilities there. I'm very excited. Very excited about what's coming in the next couple of weeks. The next 2 weeks, we're going to have all the information I pretty much need to make some big life decisions that'll affect the show, affect my living situation, everything. And maybe it'll be that nothing changes if we're lucky. That would be the best. But gotta keep the job stuff coming. What else can I tell you guys? Jeez, there's just. What do you guys want to see today? Because I've got nothing. Put some chat in there. Help me out. Help me. Help you, boys. Yeah, because I don't have much else to say. I just thought we'd get together and talk about some headphone stuff. Are you excited about these new releases? Any of the new releases? Put some stuff in the chat, guys. Tell me what's on your mind. How's your current rigs working out? Any questions you have for me? I can talk about anything other than what's coming on the show tomorrow. That's the only thing that's going to be a big reveal. And we get a lot of views, hopefully, tomorrow, because I just got to make a good thumbnail. Thumbnail's everything, by the way. Got to do the thumbnail. Let's talk Olympic water polo. I haven't. I watched the Olympics. I watched the Olympic. The gymnastics stuff, I was all in on that and watching, but then I missed the one where the girl fell. Like all the Americans fell, like it was beam. They just fell off the beam. And I was like, oh God, too bad. Neil Snyder knows what's coming. He's been placed on suicide watch. He sent me an email. He's very concerned about tomorrow's episode. God, there's so much cryptic going on here. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about it. Pole vaulting. The French guy missed out. Oh, yeah. Did you guys see that? Oh, I can't show it on the air, but there was a pole vaulter guy who was going for a medal. And his manhood kept him from gold. He literally hit his... on the bar and flopped around and oops. Life's most embarrassing moments. And you thought that my dumped over iced tea last week was bad. This guy dumped everything. Oh, that was too funny, man. Yeah, I don't know. I've been just catching the Olympics, but this week has been worse because of work, and I've got a really ugly rest of the week. Very busy, and so yeah, the Olympics are kind of like on a back burner this week now. And then all the politics stuff, I kind of follow that stuff. I don't talk about it on the show because politics makes for really bad headphone review channels. but I watch a lot of it. I just want to see what's going on and keep tuned in. I like the game of the politics. I don't get particularly political, but whatever. Good thing. JTB, you really put the pole in for the vaulting. Cheers, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. What are you drinking? You guys got anything? I keep telling you this is iced tea, but there may be vodka involved. That'll make the hour flow by. Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, still at work, water only. Well, okay. That's something. Boys. Ryan says, are you looking for a job that's really similar to what you're doing, or are you doing something different? Okay, I'll talk about that. I'm looking for a job that's very, very similar to what I'm doing right now. I'm looking to continue directing and doing field directing work, and I've got a line in with what I'm interested in is doing more celebrity interviews and working in the field and directing stuff like that. I'm also interested in directing news. There's the CBS News. I have some friends of friends who are involved with CBS News, so I could do some work there. Studio work, I have studio connections. I've been putting stuff out there. But the biggest thing is every movie that comes out, they do a publicity tour. And when they do this, they go to all of the different media outlets and give the main stars of the film about 10 minutes with the stars. Sometimes they put them all together. Sometimes you do a bunch of one-on-one interviews where they're singles, and then those get all packaged together and sent out. Well, there's a company that arranges these things. They're called press junkets. And there's a company that sort of owns the world of all of these press junkets. And I have, for our show, we always set up our own room, and we don't use the junket a lot of the time. But for the rest of the media, for most of the world, they'll go in and sit down in these different rooms that have the stars in them. But what they do is they do these big elaborate backgrounds behind them that are something out of the movie. For example, I was at Universal and we did, I was on the Twisters junket, which is the tornado movie that came out a couple weeks ago. And they set up these massive video screens behind the celebrities, and then they brought in hay bales for them to sit on because it's kind of playing off of like a country theme because they're all in Oklahoma, and one of the scenes is in a rodeo, and like this rodeo gets disrupted by a tornado, which is awesome. I love a disaster movie, guys. I love disaster movies. That's my biggest weakness. If I'm flipping around the channel, flipping around and going through. If I find a disaster movie, I have to stop and watch it, even if it's can be like Volcano, Tommy Lee Jones' Volcano, one of the worst disaster films ever, and I love every second of the movie. Anyway, so so for Twister, they set up this massive video screen behind the actors, and they played a slow motion 8K. Tornado, like storm clouds that were just swirling throughout the whole thing. So it was really good. And then they had in front of the screens, they put like corn stalks. So it gives you can't tell on camera, you can't tell that there's a screen. It looks like you're sitting in the middle of a field with these tornado clouds going, and then these corn stalks, and then the hay bales. It was really clever and really good. So I want to be the guy that goes in and sets that up. Or one of the guys that goes in and sets that up. So that disaster movie. Today, this show, this particular episode, Neil Snyder, is a disaster episode. Didn't come prepared. Nobody's talking in the chat. And I burned through the only 3 things that I was able to set up, which is some new headphones that came out. But you know what? It's all right. It's all good, man. It's all good. I just like spending time with y'all. It's just more fun when we can interact a little bit. All right, so gotcha. Good luck for the job hunt. Yeah, so that's one of the things I'm looking at. I'm also looking at considering news. Anytime there's an event or news, some sort of, usually it's always bad news, isn't it? Like never go out and go, hey, look at this. This is great. It's always like something really bad. But anytime they go in and say there's let's stay with the disaster motif. Say there's an earthquake. We had a 5.7 or 5.3 earthquake in LA last night. If there's like damage or something, CBS will send a news crew out and they'll like host the show from there and stuff. And I would be a guy who would set all that up and get the cameras placed and all that for everything to go on. So I'm trying to find an in with CBS. That's another avenue I'm looking at. Dante's Peak, another corny disaster movie, but fun watch with Pierce Brosnan. Yes, I actually love that one too. It was like, if you remember that one, it was like, the one thing I remember from that one was there was a lake outside of Dante's Peak, and it started boiling from all the magma running under, and somebody went in, and the fish started dying. It was just hysterical. I was like, oh, this is really, really tragic. But I love that stuff. I love that stuff. Truth Social's looking for creative fiction writers. We're not going there. We're not going there. Neil, behave yourself. Oh my God, we're not doing that. This is that's the Director's Garage 2 channel. We'll do politics on that. I'll just sit there and run my mouth. Jesus. You could reach out to Smoking Tire or other audio reviewers. They're always looking for production edit filming. The biggest problem with a lot of that stuff is the overheads are really low. So they would hire you, but they're paying you literally like $50, $40 an hour or something. I mean, it's just like, and in LA, that's a rough call. That's a rough call. I like this though. It's turning into a little job. What do they call job fair? Director's Garage Job Fair. Welcome. Cheers, everybody. Let's get drunk and talk about jobs. Yeah, I know a lot of content creators. I know iJustine. You guys probably have heard of her. She does all the Apple review stuff. She's friends with Marquez and some of all those guys. I did several segments with her on at Comic-Con, so I know her. But I mean, she's self-contained. She's and like up in San Francisco. Well, no, she's now in LA, I guess. But it's just not. There's not enough there. They hire people for $20 an hour to edit, and I'm like, that's not going to be me. I can't make a. That's like, that would be great if I was starting out. That's a great way to start out, but it's not. It's not going to keep the house. But the Plan B is really exciting, and I'll even talk to you about my Plan B plans. The Plan B is if I can't find work, and if this doesn't, and it's not looking that way right now. I've got stuff. What do they call it? Irons in the fire. I've got irons in the fire, but I don't have booked jobs. So like, there's a lot of stuff that's like, oh, we want to use you, we want to do this, but nobody has said, hey, in September from the 20th to the 24th, I've got this gig I want you to go and do. Like, I need solid bookings, and at that point I'll have a better grasp on where we're heading. But the Plan B is to sell this house, move out of state. We're in California. It's a very expensive state to live in. Taxes are extremely high. Everything about this, the property taxes are high. The state taxes are high. The sales tax is 10%. It's brutal. It's a brutal city to live in. But if you're doing well, like I was for so long, it's not that big a deal. You just kind of deal with it, and you just accept because you're making a lot of money. But, in the absence of that, it's like, this isn't a good plan. This isn't a good long-term plan. So what I'm considering doing is moving out of state, just getting, where I can take the equity in this place. This place has a lot of equity. We have a lot of equity in this place, a ton, and I could buy basically a mansion in another city, pay cash for it, and another town, pay cash for it, and still have so much money left over that I could pick and choose what I did, because you have a paid-for house. I'd have paid-for cars. No taxes, insurance are low, everything's lower. It's a much easier life. Like and that's actually really attractive on some level. But my wife and I, Mrs. Director and I, we've spent our whole lives to get into a house that we love, and we fundamentally love this house. It's everything we've ever wanted in a home, and we're not going to be able to keep it if I can't find work. So those are the ins and outs of what I've been navigating, and it's a little nerve-wracking, but at the same time, I'm you know me, I'm the positive dude. I'm like, I've got to be excited about this. This is about opportunity and what can we make out of it. So that's my whole philosophy on life. It's like, you know, I don't look at anything as a negative. It's like, you can't because a couple reasons. I'm like, try getting a job if you're like, I got let go and I'm not, you know, I didn't even get let go. I just kind of got like, we're only going to use you here and there. So I'm like, it's not enough to you know, keep the house. So I got to make another plan. So it's not like they didn't like my work or I was, you know, shot. It's just they can't afford me. So, okay. I don't want to be that negative person going in, you know, imagine doing an interview, you talk to somebody and it's like, you know, Eeyore, you know, be that guy. That would be horrible. You know, you don't want to talk to somebody like that. So it's been actually exciting to do. I've had 2 interviews now, and it's been exciting. Each one of them is exciting because they're all upbeat people, and we're all excited about doing production. That's what I love about this show, is I love the production of this show. I wish I had more time to dedicate so I could get like regular shows out. Not going to be able to do that. I'm going to be like hitting the pavement like pound of work. I can't spend time on a show that loses money every year. So, you know, that's why I did that episode a few weeks ago where I was talking about how I'm going to be relying on the grace of others, like tomorrow's big episode and the stuff from Audio 46 and stuff like that, to get new product in here. Because this show is not going to make, you know, I can't make a living on this. This is like, it's great, and I love doing it, but we just don't have enough viewers. I would need literally like 500,000 to 1 million subscribers to have this be a living. You know, I couldn't do it. And I'm not that good. Frankly, I'm just not that good. So, you know, I'm an older dude, you know, we don't draw numbers like the young kids like to do. So that's kind of the plan anyway. So the plan, we have a plan B, which is good. We have a plan A, which we're trying to execute, and we're going to see what shakes out. The biggest problem I've had is that at the end of July, everybody goes on vacation, and everybody's been on vacation who are my contacts. So it's like, ooh. Ooh. So, you know, like I'm sending out emails and you don't get any responses, and then you try and call people and it's like, leave a message or, you know, that kind of thing. You get the auto replies. You guys get the auto replies where you send out an email. It's like, so-and-so is out of town until August 13th. It's like, oh, great. You know, so those are kind of like the transitional problems of, like, you know, setting things up and getting some interviews going. So that's the job search, boys. It's a little slow but promising. What I had a job offered to me to go up to Toronto, but that would have been last Thursday. But I can't do it because it was going to wind up on a competing show, and so I could have gone to Toronto and done this. It was a thing, but it would have wound up on another entertainment news show, and I am still under contract, so I have a non-compete clause which says I can't do things like that. So it's an exciting time, and there's like an undercurrent of a little bit of nervousness because we don't know the future. That's always a little, but it's also energizing, and I've been looking forward to it. So I'm like, hoping everything is going to go well. Big Sammy Abs. Hey, Michael. Hope all is well. Can't wait for the episode tomorrow. Hope you're able to find a job soon. Well, yeah. Great. And the people I talk to that do the junkets, those folks said in 2025 they're probably going to be hiring again. So they could bring me in full time if we can, you know, arrange enough stuff through the end of the year. And they have to like my work. So I better not chunk it, boys. You don't want to be chunking it. But I'm excited about the future of this show because I really still enjoy doing it, and I like spending time with you guys. And I'm excited about, you know, what's coming for this show. And then I'm also excited, like, if I can get the job thing worked out, I've got plans. I I had stuff lined up I was going to do. Like, I'm going to do this, and then we'll sell off this, and we'll buy that. And, you know, it's no secret that B21 was like going to be on my desktop. You know, that was like the next big purchase. It's just... it's just the money. I'm like, I can't take $12,500 out of my world. So when you know we're worried about paying bills, whatever. Neil Snyder, 35 minutes, nothing to say, dude. Give me topics. Feed me, boys. Give me something in the chat. It's okay. I was just going to stop by today, and I wasn't even planning on doing this episode, but usually we get some chat going and get some interesting subjects, and somebody says, hey, I just bought this, and I'm excited about that, and I've dropped some stuff for you guys to talk about. We're not talking, so we'll keep it. We'll just keep it a short episode today, I guess. This is the nothing episode. It's my Seinfeld episode. It's the show about nothing. Gotta love it. Hey, well, all right, guys. I'm serious. I have literally. I'm out of topics. So if you got nothing to talk about, we'll just call it a day for the week, and we'll come back next week. It'll be nice tomorrow. You know, next week we'll be able to talk about the big episode that we're dropping tomorrow, and maybe that's part of it. Like maybe that was the problem. I used to drop on Tuesday, and we do the live stream on Wednesday, and we could talk about what happened on Tuesday. But my fear is that by dropping on Tuesday, and then I post the live stream on Wednesday, I'm actually killing off any chance of getting additional viewers on the Tuesday show. So that's kind of why I'm trying this new live stream Wednesday, new release on Thursday. But I don't know. Okay. Any good XLR interconnect recommendations? Alan, I swear, you know, I'm not the cable guy. So my feeling is like I use what's the Amazon, not the Amazon Basics, but it's the basic Amazon interconnects. Maybe it is the Amazon Basics. Not Massdrop. What are they called, guys? They're generic. They're very generic, but they're very good. And as long as they're making good connection, I'm good with it. What is it called? Anybody know what they're... World's Best Cables? No, it's not World's Best Cables, Ace. I'm drawing a complete blank on it. It's a very generic name, but you can buy them on Amazon, and they're just terrific. Let me go to the Amazon. I can probably find them. Amazon, and let's look at XLR cables. Matt Basics, Cable Matters. They're not bad, but the one I'm trying to think of. It's just they're just not there. I'm trying to complete blank because I've had all kinds. Monoprice, thank you, Jesus, Timothy Egan for the win. Monoprice, I buy Monoprice cables. Those are the majority of the interconnects that are in here, and I have a few nice things. Oh, what's it? So here's the mono. Here we go. I'll just go to the laptop. Sony. Finally a topic, boys. Jesus. That's MacBook Pro. So Monoprice, these guys, these are the cables I use. Most of my interconnects are these. And they make XLRs, they make RCAs. These are fine. And they're not gonna like kill you. Like $12.99 on sale on Amazon. Crazy. I mean, like, it's really, these are just and they're well built. The connectors are really good, So I've always used these. Cheap cable shootout is a good topic. That's what I need, right? I need any kind of topic, boys. We need, wait. Any topic, please. Anything. Get me out of this, like me talking about myself. God, I hate talking about myself. Okay. But yeah, monoprice, these are good. I've used these a lot. And then let me, what the other thing is the power cables. There is a killer. Hang on, let me look this up real quick. Audio, I want to look up audiophile. I don't know if I can type. File power cable. Boy, I can't type today. All right. I'm trying to find this stuff. Have you seen this? 35 bucks, and I'm telling you guys, you get this in person. It is the best damn cable you'll ever see. It's crazy thick, and I've got this in my system. I've got a couple of these in my system. W Audio. These things are freaking amazing. And you can, and again, nice length, and 3-foot cable, and it's only 35 bucks. Sold. Those are really good. Those are really good. Yes. JTB, I'll make that poll, my friend. I will make that poll. Where is it? I don't even know how to make a poll. Plus, to hit the plus. Start a poll. What is it? Olympics. Now, how do I get rid? Can I get rid of this? Can I? No, I can't. How do I do this? Add option. Nope. This doesn't work. I don't know how to do it, boys. I'm so like you two. I suck. Oh, here we go. I can do this. Olympics. There you go. You got a poll, boys. You got a poll. Let's see what happens. We're just inventing bullshit for us to do today. This is horrible. Cheap cable shootout, a good topic. I know. Howdy, gents. Hipster Cow, welcome, brother. Welcome, brother. WBC cables are good. He's got some XLRs. Those are good. World's best cables, right? Is what it stands for. Let me put it in here. WBC cables. Yeah, these are good. These are good. JTB, that's a good one. These are the WBC cables. And they're kind of, they're more like pro audio cables than anything, but they work. And, you know, as long as it's making connection, we're fine. Power cables, nobody wants Olympics. Jesus. Power cables for the win. Give you guys something to do. Click buttons, boys. Click buttons. It's fun. Too good. Too good. Yeah, this is what happens when I don't come prepared. Normally I have like a whole thing that we're going to talk about, but today it was just like, hey, we're coming up on, but usually we get stuff. Ken Workshop, recovering from COVID. I know, buddy. I got your email the other day. I'm so sorry you're down with that. That's not a good time. That's not a good time ever. Hopefully it didn't get to your hearing though, so you can sit and listen to some nice music while you're recovering. Because I've heard COVID do like crazy tinnitus things with people. It's not fun. Alan says he brought a bunch of cheap Amazon power cables and did a little shootout. He swears he thought he heard a difference. You know, I always say this: if you think you hear a difference, then you hear a difference. I like listen to them and I'm like, I can't tell the difference between these two, and I know I couldn't pass blind taste tests. That's the other thing, you know what I mean? There are Kinera and Mogami cables that are two that are affordable and decent quality. Are they on Amazon? Let's take a look. Kinera, C-A-N-A-R-E. Oh, Kinera. Oh, blue jeans. Yeah. There you go. God, they got a kind of a fancy little ad here. Let's see. Yeah, they're a little more expensive. Goodness, a little more. Spades, bananas. Choose your poison. But you can go to some crazy lengths. How much are the really long ones? 50 foot. It's 153 bucks. 153 bucks for a 50-foot cable is pretty freaking awesome. That's a pretty good deal. They look like nice thick cables though. Check that out. That's not bad. That looks like a pretty good deal. For running your speakers, that's pretty good. That's a good one. All right, we like that. We like that. Excited for the video tomorrow. The preview sent out was awesome. Yeah, for those of you joining in late, sent out a preview on Tuesday, 2 days ago. No, Monday, 2 days ago, of the next Director's Garage episode, and revealed what the what's in the box. So if you are a member at $3, you would know what's in tomorrow's episode. You'd have the reveal. Just a little minute snippet or so I try to send out to all of my Patreon folks before we drop an episode. Unless I'm working late into the night before and I just can't get it out. But usually that's what I do. Al and Ed have been meaning to get a blue jeans cable. Yeah, these look pretty good. They look kind of like industrial. Like they look like the, you know, like the something you put in an electrical box, you know what I mean? Like it's a big, thick housing on these. So the good thing is they're probably shielded real well. And shielding is a thing. Because you don't want to pick up like noise from your cell phones and stuff. Although that's less of a hindrance since we've gone all digital on our cell phones. Remember back in the old days when when they had analog, when they were still using, you know, the regular RF for the cell phones, and if you were next to your speakers or something and somebody was about to call you, all of a sudden you'd hear and then all of a sudden your phone would ring. Like you're wondering, what is that doing to my body when that thing goes off? Crazy. Ken says, you might check out Blue Jeans cable. Yeah, we just did that. Quality Kinera, Biden wire, sane prices. Yeah, those look really sane. JTB poll, it looks like Power Cables won the poll. Power Cables for the win. Goodness, what a day. What a day, what a day. Where are we at? In the mail. RCA, check your email. Yeah, I check my email. I can't do anything with that, Neil. I can't do anything with what you sent me. I can't put that on the air. It's all right, guys. You're not missing anything. It's just like, I don't have permission. The RCA, he likes ATM from Amazon, is the Belden 8402 tuneful cables. Let's look up Belden cables. Why not? We've got a topic. Let's run it into the ground, boys. Belden. Why is this? I don't understand this computer sometimes. Belden. The cables I really liked for a while, and I was trying to get. Oh, here's Belden. Oh, these are, wow, some of these are, look at this. Wait, hang on, guys, look at this. Talk about fancy. Now that's a cable. Tuneful cables. Bright, colorful cables, more like 12 feet, $100. That's a little steep, but, you know, why not? You only live once. YOLO. Tuneful cables. Some nice heat shrink wrap on them. Very good. I mean, they're nice. Just you're going to pay for them. I was using, let me see if I can find them anywhere. There was a period of time that Abbey Road was making audio cables. But I don't think they make them anymore. These are them. These are the Abbey Road cables. I was kind of like using these for everything for a while, but they're pretty expensive. When I had money, unlike now, you could buy these, but they don't make them anymore. They've discontinued the Abbey Road experiment. But I have a couple of those cables. I was using those. They're pricey though. And I just picked them up because I thought it was kind of cool to have Abbey Road cables in your home. But not like Abbey Road is using, can you say, Abbey Road is not using these cables to interconnect their stuff. They're using regular audio. They have engineers. They have a whole engineering staff there that does nothing but build cables. They build their own cables. Hipster Cow. The most expensive cable he ever bought was from Revelation Audio. The guy who makes them is a complete but he swears it sounds better than any other cable he's heard. The most expensive cable I have, let's see. Oh, incidentally, this cable right here came from Ken from Ken's workshop. He built this for me. What a guy. What a nice cable this is. I don't have my close-up camera, but check this out. Nice, beautiful cable with an XLR on the 4-pin on the back, and then this can go in. This is a good Sapphire cable. Ken just built that for me and gave it to me. What a guy. Most expensive cable, where is it? Well, this is one of them. This I was a fool buying, but I bought it used. This still cost me over $1,000, but this is the superconductor cable from Abyss, which is entirely smoke and mirrors, I'm convinced. But you haven't heard the Abyss until it's on the superconductor. But this this is like their cable. This was like $1,500. If you buy this new, it's about $2,500. And then where's my other one? I have one other one here from Kimber. My Kimber cable is eluding me right now. Where did my Kimber cable go? Back there? No. Oh, here it is. This cable. This cable is another like $2,000 to $3,000 cable from Kimber. And it's the Axios hybrid something or other. And I liked this cable because it was on a table at Can Jam and I used it and I thought that's really cool. And then I had money and I was stupid and I bought it. Does it make a difference? No. Revelation Audio. Let's look that up. Revelation Audio. Let's see. Holy, oh jeez. What comes up on the laptop is, check this out. This is funny. Book of Revelations. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Revelation Audio Labs. Let's see. Revealing the organic truth in music. Golden Ear 2018. Let's see. Power cables, analog cables. Let's look at analog cables. Ooh, these are... Wow. It's a whole purple thing going on here, boys. Heavy shielded. Can we view larger image on any of this stuff? Let's see. Oh, there's an iPod cable. That's how old Revelation Cables is. That's an iPod cable. There's going to come a point in time in which kids go, "What's an iPod, Dad?" Instrument guitar cable, tone arm interconnect, reference interconnect. There's a balance interconnect. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it looks like there's like a mesh, some kind of mesh going on with this. And how much does it cost? $1,200 for a half meter. 1 meter pair for $1,500. Woo! Yeah, that's pretty up there. But if you look at Kimber, cables, I think it's K. No, whatever. It'll find it. It's with a K. 2 Ks. Kimber cables, and then you look at their headphone gear, headphone cables. These get really pricey really fast. They have the Cardus, but then you get into, I'm trying to find their, what's their Axios stuff, because that stuff is, maybe I can sort it. Kimber. The PBJ stuff is pretty good, but where's the, I want to find the Axios. Where's that stuff at? We're still on, oh, this is Audio Advisor. I'm on the wrong damn channel. What the hell happened? How did I get looped into that? This says Kimber cables. Oh, it's a, here we go. Is this Kimber? No. Thanks for playing. Kimber cable. Hey, there we go. Products. Speaker cables, headphone cables. Here we go. Ah, the Axios stuff. Yeah, this is the shit. Look at this. These are nuts. Trying to find where their pricing is. They don't even tell you the pricing. I know they're like $2,500 for this silver copper cable combined. This is what I have, obviously. But it's crazy expensive. And if you go all silver, it's even up from that. Here, build now. Let's build one. Let's see what happens. Can I build one? LCD-4. Let's do silver. $3,000. There you go. Well, that's probably one of the most expensive cables I've seen. And I know that there's probably some. I know that there's probably there are probably some the audiophile power cables. You know, like the audiophile interconnects between speaker. You know, the ones that the guys put the lifts on the floor to keep the cable off the ground so it doesn't pick up interference from whatever. Those things. Some of those cables will go 10 grand. I know that. But I've never used them or had the pleasure in person to hear anything like that. JTB, have I ever considered doing a tier list for headphones and gear? I haven't heard enough. You know, like I'm not like JTB. The thing is like I'm not like I don't know, like maybe Zeos, maybe, or I'm trying to think of somebody else who does like those tier lists. I just I don't have the resources, and I don't hear all the things that those guys get to hear, because they're you know, like the guys at headphones.com, they're great guys, but they've got access to all this stuff because they're like married to a store. I get stuff from Audio 46, but it's a mom and pop, so you know they can't afford to just keep sending, you know, loading me up with tons and tons of gear for me to hear, and I can't make episodes that fast because I don't have a production team. I don't have, it's just me. So I've thought, I mean, part of the thing is like, I haven't heard enough for me to do a fair list. I think that would be cheating everybody. I do the big mega shootouts every now and then. I haven't done one in about a year. Probably overdue for that. But part of that is too, the amp pairings have changed my opinion of different headphones. Like the Sesvara I would rank as an average headphone. Like it, and I think in my when I did the Mega Shootout, the Sesvara was fairly like 4th or something, you know, because and that's because I hadn't found anything that drove it well by the time I did the last review. Now you put that today with some of these mega amps. The Enlium 23R is a good amp, but that really gave life to that Sesvara. But then listen to it with, like, say, the B21, which is $12,500 amp, or the amp that I'm going to that gets revealed tomorrow. Oops, I gave you half of it. It changes the headphone, and suddenly that headphone is a great headphone. But it's not a headphone that I necessarily recommend anybody, because you need so much power to drive it and drive it well. You can have it made. It'll sound good. But it sounds average until you really hook it up with something. So it's tough for me to, you know, like, it's almost like I can do a ranking list, but it's like, if you have great power, the Tungsten is phenomenal, but you need a lot of power to drive it, and it gets exponentially better when you put excessive power to it. No, not just enough to have it play loud, but excessive power. Like, and Ken knows what I'm talking about. When you put when you put an amp that has massive caps in it, that keeps all of this power in reserve, and it wants to release all that power all at once when the circuit calls for it, and it's got all that power on standby, a power-hungry headphone like the Sesvara and like the Tungsten, that headphone lights up. It gets slammy. It gets exciting. The curve goes way up once you get it with great amplification. So it's kind of like, you know, I could do a headphone tier list, and I would put the Sesvara at the top, but it's got to have a huge asterisk there. If you marry it to a head amp GSX MK2, which is a good amp, it's going to sound average. If you marry it to a Burson, it's going to be average. If you you know, it's like, it doesn't get exciting until you really put an amazing, even put it with the Zale. The Zale made it sound good, but not exciting. It wasn't an exciting sounding headphone. The ZMF Atrium is a more exciting headphone on the Zale than the Sesvara, because it's like slammy and fun, and you know, or the Caldera. You know, it's like those headphones are so easy to drive. It's like they get more exciting quickly. So it's like the ranking system is hard to do, and I know guys just do it and they put their thing out, and that's put their thing out. Shut up. That's what she said. But it's like there's such a big asterisk with some of these headphones. And even the Abyss. The Abyss is a beast of a headphone on the right amp. And on the Ferrum stack, it was incredible. But on the Zale, it was kind of an ordinary sounding headphone. It wasn't very exciting. It's really good on the tube amp, on the WA5LE. So it just gets interesting. It's like I can rank them, but every ranking is going to come with some kind of asterisk and goes, well, it's that top tier, but only if you have this amp and this amp. If you have this amp and this amp, slot it down. So I don't know, but I do release, when I do the Mega Shootout, my criteria for that is the headphones that I like most, you know, my personal take on what I think is the best that I've got here right now. And those rankings get shifted around regularly, which makes it fun, because one year the Abyss was at the top, and another year I had something else at the top. You know, it's like, so it's fun to do because my opinion does shift. And like, if I had to do that ranking right now, honestly, the headphone that I enjoy the most and that I like the most right now is the ZMF Atrium, which ranked, I think, 9th on the list on the last shootout I did. The difference is I found the right ear pad for it, and it changed the headphone, and suddenly that headphone has a different personality, and I love it. So I even though I liked the original ZMF, it just wasn't very exciting for a headphone. So stuff changes. So it's so many variables, you know what I mean? Which makes it kind of interesting, but it also makes it kind of silly, I guess. Neil Snyder uses tubeless cables. Like, is that a brand, or are you pulling my leg? Do I have to look up tubeless cables to find out that it's like, or tubeless cables? I'm gonna look it up just because you always make me do something stupid. Cables. I'm walking into it. I know I'm walking into something here. Tubeless net. High-end cables. Neil Snyder, you were telling me the truth. Boys. Okay. I thought he was walking me into a prank. Like, I'm going to look up tubeless cables and it'll be like a piece of intestine. That's the relationship I have with Neil Snyder. Neil is always pulling my leg on something. And I'm so gullible, I just walk right into it. I'm like, yeah, you got me. My mouth was open. Look at this stuff. Okay. Let's just look at regular umbilical cables. Here we go. It's fine. No, that's an umbilical. That's too expensive. Wait, that's going to be like a multi-pin. Analog interconnects. That's good. Let's look at a standard here. Oh, that's not too bad. Well, 75 centimeters, 79 a pair. They're not the cheapest. These look like the other cables we were looking at earlier, though. Can I zoom in? Oh, there we go. They got a nice weave around them. That's pretty interesting. I like purple. Purple works for me. Let's find out if there's more expensive. These are cheaper. These are only $239 a pair. What's their expensive one? $399. So the other one was the middle one. The purple one was the expensive one. $779 a pair. Woo! That's not too bad, though. If you go with the lower brand, if you go with the lower model. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Digital interconnects. I don't know if I buy this stuff at all. This digital internet thing, or interconnect. I'm like, it's digital, guys. It's a 1 or a 0. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. If it's making connection, it should be good. Ken says that's this one. This is a mixed copper and silver cable. Some strands are pure silver, some copper, some with Litz insulation. It's very nice, Ken. It's very nice. And I know Ken did this weave himself. He was sitting late at... No, I'm just kidding. He bought the cable, but with the braid in it, I think. It's like sitting there doing that over-under thing. Eleanor says his most expensive cable currently is a ZMF Grand Palladium, which is very, very good. Price is high. Isn't that like, it's like $700, isn't it? Zach makes good cables. Yeah, he's gifted. Gifted. New poll. Book of Revelations or talk about the internet cables? What was up with that? I put in Revelation audio and it's like it comes up with the Book of Revelations. The end times, boys. Bryce Yokano Mikamari. One day I'll have one. Oh boy. So now I gotta look up Bryce audio. B-R-I-S-E. So all things I've never heard of. There we go. All right, here we go. We're gonna go investigate Bryce together. Ooh, nice website. I mean, they get props on the website right there. Oh, these are nice. You know, these look a little bit like the Noble cables. If you get into their high-end stuff, these look like Noble. Like maybe I wonder if this is the contractor for Noble. The weave is really interesting. Head-Fi audio. All right, now we're going to find the model. What was your model? Yatano? Ultimate. $2,500 for a 4-pin XLR. Okay. 0.3. Let's get a 3-meter cable. Oh, that's about $3,500. All right. Well, let's go buy one because I have no money to buy a cable. Mrs. Director filed for divorce today because I bought a cable. I like how the Olympics are making a comeback in our poll. Down to 62%. A lot of people want to talk about the Olympics. Well, okay, we're going to add that. Something to do. Poll talk about HiFiman silver tubing cables or watch paint dry. Oh my God. The HiFiman Sapphire ships with basically it looks like surgical tubing that they ran a wire through. Now I think that they've redone that for the the Sapphire Unveiled. I heard they did a new cable finally, but those are the worst cables I've ever seen shipped with anything ever. Worse than the 64 audio. Well, I don't know. 64 audio stock cable was so bad. That was another one. It was like it comes like it's crinkly wire and it doesn't even lay flat. It's like the worst stuff on the planet. And it's like minusculely thin. It's just so thin. Terrible. Hipster bought Revelation cables after his boss swore they were the best he'd ever owned. And he obviously you liked him, Hipster Kyle. His old speaker cables used to be $72,000 alone. Cheers to that. The old joke was when you have that kind of money, it's not FU money, it's F everyone money. That was a long version of saying he doesn't want to do a tier list. I know. It's just complicated. Those things are so complicated, and then they're not fair. And then the other thing is anytime I do a tier list, JTB, anytime I do a list, I piss off half the audience. They're like, you said this was the best in this. I'm like, well, I've heard 70 different, I've heard 70 different products since then. And I'm like, so it was great when I heard it, but it's like, now it's like not as good. It's like, I don't think as much of it as I once thought. But then there are products that I didn't like from the beginning, like the Stellia. Most unimpressive headphone I ever, it was such a disappointment. The Stellia and the Expanse were the two headphones that I bought, like honestly hoping I would just love this headphone, and complete like letdown. I was so disappointed in both of those headphones, and I really wanted to love them. I mean, like I spent my own money on them, and I got them in, and I'm like, next. Yeah. Gil Renard says he wants to get his hands on that portable Enlium amp for the tungsten. Yes. And I've still been playing with that portable Ray Samuels thing. This is the Ameline Intruder, the single drive of Sapphire. like good volume. It's not going to drive it to the nth degree. It's not going to be the best thing you've ever heard, but this little Ameline, it's called Ameline the Intruder. Powerhouse. This thing will push the Sapphire easily. Won't make it slam, but still, if you're looking to listen to your Sapphire on, in the field or on the road or something, it's like put your DAP or your phone into this thing and have at it. It's amazing. Timothy Egan says LCD-4 gets even better with excessive power. It begs the question if it's really excessive when you can't go back. Well, the shame of this headphone, Tim, is, and I'm listening to it, it's so amazing. Still a great headphone. It just doesn't. The only complaint about this is that it doesn't have the speed of the current headphones, because the membranes, the planar membranes, have gotten thinner and more responsive, so they produce a little more detail. But the tonality of this and the experience of this, I honestly wish Audeze would reconsider and do this headphone again, or update this headphone. That's a shame, because I know that they have the 4Z, which is like, you know, the more modern take on this, but it doesn't sound the same. It doesn't sound the same. It doesn't. It's supposed to, but it doesn't. It's a different. Neil says, I have a quiz. Ace of Spades, what'd you retract? Put it back. He has a quiz. A fellow audiophile came over to listen to his new B21 Raider amp. He listened to the Meze Elite Stax 9000, Caldera, Diana Open Sesfara. Jesus, which headphone did he like most? Which head? Oh, you guys are gonna do that. I would love to know, Neil. When I did that, I had somebody over here and I had them listen to the Caldera, I didn't have the Meze for it. The Caldera, the Atrium, the Sesfara, and the Abyss, and he chose the Sesfara. He said, "Why would you listen to these other? Why would you bother with these other headphones?" So that was it. Alanata, I guess Meze, Gene Fruit. Well, Gene, that's an interesting, actually an interesting guess, and I see the reasoning in that guess, because the Meze, to an untrained ear, the Meze is maybe the most inviting sound, because it's beautiful and warm, and it's the most comfortable headphone. I can see a lot of people, like, if they're not like used to hearing great high-end headphones, I can see a lot of people choosing that Meze because it's got the most wow to it, you know, in some ways. Oh, Ken said he did actually do braid the part on this cable after the split. How about that? That's hard to do, Ken, because, you know, you get this split wrong and it's gonna look kind of messy. This doesn't look messy. Nice job, buddy. Nice job. This is great. It sounds good too. I've used it with the Sesfara. It's great. And Lord knows I need cables for my Sesfara. A lot of the cables are made in the same place in China. He just needs to know where to buy, to be honest. Crazy markup on a lot of this stuff. It is. That's the thing, you know, it's like you've got this great cable here, and it's like you can pick up the raw cable very cheap, and then Ken just puts his own termination on it. But it's really nice. He does a good job. The Caldera was the favorite. That's interesting. The thing is that the visceral bass on the Caldera sometimes wows people, because it is really good, slammy, easily slammy bass, and it's thick, and that will win over people too. I can see that, I guess. I love the Caldera. I think it's a great headphone. It's not one that I want to get rid of, that's for sure. Elena says he knew it. He knew it. His favorite, listening to this episode on it, the Caldera. Very good. Not surprised, Neil. It's a well-turned, yeah. The bass is just so good on that headphone, and as you say, it's easy to drive. That's the most attractive thing. So good. Yeah, it's technically it's better than the Atrium because it's faster, but. There's something so visceral and fun about the Atrium. I think that might be my number one pick right now, is the Atrium for my favorite headphone, because it's such a great all-rounder, and with the right pads on it, it just gets magical. The wrong pads on it, it's very average. Kelly Nelson says he recently picked up a new pair of HE-1000 SE, and they have impressed him more than anything else he's heard. They have a distinct sound, Kelly, and if it hooks up with you and it works for what your preference is, totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. But For me, I think that headphone is leaning just a touch too bright for me. But I have very sensitive ears to upper mid brightness. So I can see it. But if that's what if you enjoy it, that's the thing that matters. I tell people, don't listen to what other people think. Listen to it for yourself, you know. And don't let anybody tell you that something you like is bad, or don't put any weight to their opinion. You like that? That's awful. It's silly. I know people that think the FoKus Stellia is the best closeback ever made. Who am I to tell them? No, it's not. You know, it's a headphone that didn't do much for me. But if somebody else enjoyed it, great, fantastic. Out of Accord Dave, they are amazing. Oh my God. Well, $15,000 DAC. Although you can buy them for much cheaper than that now used. But I'm like, goodness, everything sounds good on the Dave, I would hope. I don't have a Dave. I've only listened to it once or twice. I don't have enough to make any formed opinion on it. I know a lot of guys who have it though. It's great. It's you know, and swear by it. Heads up, may have a slightly used Ray 21 for sale at 9 a.m. Neil, can you put it on layaway and sell it for 1/3 the price? Maybe I can talk Mrs. Director into that. I can't. That's in the future. But yeah, really very interesting what's coming tomorrow, though. I can say that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. We had a torture session in the middle of this one. Goodness, trying to find a topic, but I'm glad we muscled through and we got through this live stream. Those of you who are watching this on playback, like later tonight, I'm sorry about the middle eight. The middle eighth was rough. Almost ended the stream at like 25 minutes. I'm like, we're out of topics, boys. Nobody's talking. So good. All right. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, and we'll get into, I got a brand new episode coming tomorrow morning. And again, most expensive thing I've ever had on the channel. That's exciting, and it's really fun. It's going to be a fun time. You guys are going to enjoy yourselves. So make sure that you tune in to that. Check that out. I'll be back next Wednesday, most likely. I don't have anything scheduled for next Wednesday, so I'll try to get the announcement up earlier than like 45 minutes before I go. Tip your waiters and waitresses, aka thumbs up, and make sure you recycle those bottles and cans on your way out the door. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for stopping by the garage today on the Humpday Happy Hour Hangout, and I will see you guys, you know, before you know it. All right, get out of here.
At the director's garage. Set his headphones down. Time. Cause it's headphone king. Cause it's time for happy hour, people.